When you're lucky enough to be part of an iconic movie from the 80s, you end up in some pretty interesting places with some pretty interesting people. None more interesting than my friend Adam Contras, a Delorean Time Machine owner who has found himself walking in the footsteps of greatness thanks to his rental business. Not only has he taken his car to iconic locations, I once saw him make a grown man cry.
Holy shit!
Something tells me you were surprised about this.
Oh man, this is my childhood.
He's turned into a dream maker of sorts and even has a backyard bar and mini golf course where I've spent way too many hours to count. The course is what catapulted him into the Back to the Future documentary, Back in Time. And we've both led each other on some really great adventures. After an interview on his show, I took him up in my plane.
Look at the freeway down there. Ah, that's some funny shit. Okay. Warn me before.
Then he booked me on the USS Midway, introducing Back to the Future.
That flying cars, but we got jets that fly, huh? So listen, I hope everybody has a great time tonight. Enjoy the movie one more time, and I love you all. Thank you for coming out.
And then I got him backstage at the Hollywood Bowl. Look at him, look.
The scam continues. We find a way to do some crazy shit. What's this? Oh, what's this?
So he got me the okay to fly my plane onto an Air Force base without getting shot down. I was told by the FAA that I needed a discreet military code.
He's in the plane and he's like,
And I'm scared to land.
He's like, Adam!
I don't want to be shot down.
Adam, I need a military code. I'm like, what are you talking about? I've already cleared it. No, Adam, I need a military code. They're gonna shoot me now. I'm like, oh Jesus.
Not a military code. It's a discreet
military code.
But of all the places this cat has led me the past couple of years, none have been more dramatic than at a drag strip watching his Delorean Time Machine attempt to become the fastest DeLorean in the world.
And install. Hey, you're not going to disappear on us, are you? Yeah. You're not going to lose you at 3:30, are we?
Well, attempt may be too strong of a word.
I can't go in and help him. Anybody got a banana peeling?
You do know that that's the only reason there's even a documentary.
What?
That stall. Every single time I was about to give up and I just like, can't do this anymore, I would shelve it. I was done. Like, I'd watch that stall and I'd be like, that is the greatest moment of like organic, it actually happened like that.
So what made you want to have the fastest DeLorean in the world?
Funny you should ask. My car broke down.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. Well, to be clear, it was breaking down all year. The automatic transmission had been struggling to switch gears, often starting in third, and more recently, not shifting into reverse. But I could get around that and still make my gigs. See, when your car's your business, only two things matter. It needs to start, and it needs to stay running long enough to get you to the event. In December, when my father and brother Kenny visited from Ohio, we talked about the issues with my car. Kenny built high-performance race engines for a living, and he said for about $3,000 he could swap in an engine and transmission that would be far more reliable, and with his background it would certainly be faster. It was a pipe dream, however, since business was too steady to ship the car away as long as it was running. A week later, coming home from this gig, I found myself stuck at 25 miles an hour on the 405, and I was forced to make a decision. My transmission needed to be replaced, and an automatic transmission for a DeLorean runs over $5,700 plus labor. Labor, which anyone who has taken their DeLorean to a dealer knows, can be a legendary sum. So I called Kenny and asked him to look into what it would really cost to swap out the drivetrain and all the parts that would go with it. A few days later, Kenny came back, and after some research, it was nearly triple what he originally thought, but at $8,000, it was still around the same price as taking it to DeLorean and getting far less.
$8,000.
I budgeted for double. In my head, I heard 8. First he said 3. I heard 8. He said 8.
Classic.
I know. And I said, all right, 16. I budgeted for 16.
What'd you wind up spending?
$25,000. Yeah, but we're way ahead. Actually, we're still putting money into it, but we're way ahead of ourselves.
While I contemplated what to do, Kenny emailed me the option of spending an extra $800 on the engine to get to 460 horsepower or $1,500 to get to 575 horsepower. That led me to ask, what's the fastest DeLorean in the world? Oh, what a rabbit hole this was, as I was clearly not the first to attempt this. The one car that kept popping up, the Buick Grand National swap, had a claim of 575 horsepower. However, when the TV show Tuned came out to test it, it wasn't even close.
All right, here we go. Let's put our foot in it and see what happens. Let's see. Come on, baby. 575 horsepower. No, it's not.
And then it broke down. And that was the moment I decided to jump. We'd set the record straight on who had the fastest DeLorean, and I made a website that would put all speculation to rest. I contacted all the engine swap owners, verified their specs, and the site was official. The first order of business was a site video laying down the ground rules. In order to qualify, you have to use the stock chassis and stay within the frame rails. You can't just pick up the body, drop it on a Ferrari, call it a DeLorean. You also can't do this. The reason it's a challenge to make a fast DeLorean is, unlike most cars, the frame is an X and the engine is in the back. There's very little room to fit a beefier transmission or a bigger engine. Now, you're welcome to put in turbos and superchargers if you can make them fit, but there's two reasons we can't allow nitrous. One, it really only amplifies what you already have, so if we're trying to determine the fastest build, it's unnecessary. And two, if we allow it, everyone has to do it. And nitrous shortens the life of your engine. That'll keep other DeLorean owners from competing, and it destroys the whole point of the site. So how do we determine the fastest? Quite simply, your quarter-mile time first and your documented horsepower second. Now, there's only one verified quarter-mile time, the Schmucker's car, with their only proof being a 2012 cell phone video in the stands where you couldn't read the time, but thankfully, you could hear the announcer. 1266. The rest of the contenders are listed in order of horsepower, and for future submissions, we will need to see the full dyno pool with the numbers on the computer screen running in the background, and then walking up to the screen to show the read. We hope this inspires DeLorean owners to send us videos and take part in this project. So, ladies and gentlemen, swap your engines.
Only you would turn fixing the transmission into all of this.
It's a business. That was the thing, man.
Yeah, P.T. Barnum, go ahead.
Well, dude, I need to make an excuse for why the hell I'm spending all this money. You know, it's my food truck. I mean, you don't put that much money into a food truck. You just want it to run. If I'm going to go this far, oh, we're getting press. We're making a movie. We're doing something. So I was just trying to balance, you know, it's business. Just business.
Business, man.
So on January 2nd, I sent Kenny the 8000 to start the build of an LS3 6.2-liter V8 engine with those upgraded high-performance modifications for 600 plus horsepower, paired with a Porsche 6-speed transmission. We don't care that the 575 horsepower was a myth. We need to beat it. The record of 1266 was set with a 400 horsepower car, and Kenny believes our build will be in the mid-11s. Kenny really wants the notoriety of building the fastest DeLorean and then racing it to get the record, which is great, because I sure as hell ain't racing it. I will never be driving the car that fast. I'm just happy to finally have a reliable car with readily available parts. I'm also thrilled to be able to document my brother's story and follow his journey for a few months. Kenny calculated 120 hours over 6 weeks to build and test, which brings us to mid-February. And if he's on pace, that's when I'll fly my family out to Ohio to document the dyno read and quarter-mile run before we ship the car back. Shipping the car there, however, was a gut check.
What was that? I got tickets twice.
Oh.
For being too long. That's the problem. I made it in my garage or what? It was made in the United States, so. Anyway.
Glad that cat got out. We had a dead cat in the car.
That could be ugly.
This is just my whole fucking livelihood trying to get on a truck that looks like cows should be in it.
It doesn't look clean, that's for sure.
Look safe.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Did you go with this guy because he was cheap?
Not weight transport, just carriers out, brokers out, whoever is happening to go over to.
Right.
that he's going that way. I'm hitching a ride basically.
Gotcha.
So that way it's only $1,250.
Jesus.
I don't want to talk about omens, but it's raining and a black cat was literally in the fucking car when I opened it. So I'm not feeling real good about it. You know what also worries me? There is no other car in that truck.
Just you.
I mean, you're welcome, brother.
You too.
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. Keep that lock. Stop. 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 Okay. Now a little to right. Am I hitting something?
Yeah.
I'm hitting the bottom of my car, dude.
Come back. Stop, 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 stop. You're good. You're good. Stop. Whoa, stop, 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 stop. It's gotta go on the tires. You can't go on that. No. What I'm trying to do, I gotta raise it, do something on the tire. Put it down.
You can't go up anymore. That's plastic. It's gonna crumble. This is gonna rip. I can't move my neck straight. Jesus Christ. You know, like if you slept wrong, or you put your entire life in a shitty truck, it's the same. Same thing. What exactly is my assurance that he's not just gonna drive this away? Okay. Oh, then you should be home free, dude. God, how long is that truck? It's pretty long. Oh, God, this is nerve-wracking. I can't tell you how bad I wish I was there. Off the truck! Yeah! Alright, I'm playing the video you gave me of you taking the time machine hood off. That's awesome. Next up, you're removing the engine. Jesus.
So are you like ready for that? It's a pretty violent process, buddy. I don't know what to tell you.
You're just yanking that out.
After we got the engine out, there's like a control harness that gets mounted to the firewall, and it runs down back behind the engine over top of the transmission. And where the exhaust was, it burnt through like 2/3 of the wiring. It's
up
like
to the transmission.
Yeah, everything that controls your shifting, your shift solenoids, your governor, all of it. All the wires were melted together.
So you're just telling me the lines were crossed. If we had just put them back together, it would have gone into all the...
Literally, you just had wires grounding out against hot metal. And, you know, I don't know, maybe $12, $13 worth of wire, about 3 hours, probably would have avoided this entire project. I don't know.
That's funny.
Ooh,
yeah.
I didn't know that part, man.
So the good news is that we've got a great automatic transmission with only 20,000 miles on it, completely ready to sell. Fuck me.
Absolutely.
But I didn't have to do this.
Those, yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm really glad we're doing this. This is fucking awesome.
What do? Like, he could have just fixed it, turned around, brought it back. I'm only out $5,000, $2,500. Yeah, just let that sink in for a second.
Had a little bit of grease on the floor. Caught fire for a second, but...
What?
Oh, that scared me way more than it should have.
It wasn't a big deal, but like to see bright fire underneath a car that is not replaceable.
What do you mean it wasn't a big deal? What could be a bigger fucking deal?
If it was like in the car.
What happened? What were you doing? You're obviously cutting the hole, but were you leaving it on? I didn't even understand what you were doing.
Oh, so the way that machine works, it's a plasma cutter, and it's just a little laser, and it uses air pressure to push the metal away. The laser just gets it hot, and the air pressure is what pushes it away. So you're hearing the air pressure the whole time.
Okay.
The plasma arc kind of backfired and burnt my hand, and as I was looking at my hand, I could hear almost like a candle flame, like that whooshing noise that they make when you first light them. And I'm like, the fuck is this? And then like I looked down in the hole real quick and I didn't see anything, but I could still hear it. And it was clearly something was on fire. And that's when I got out of the car and I was walking around the back and I saw the flame under the car. And it wasn't a big flame, but I'm just thinking like there's fuel lines that are open and like, I'm just picturing like this movie-esque, like it trails up the fuel line and just the whole car explodes.
I mean, not to berate you at the moment, but why wouldn't you have taken the gas out of the car?
Well, that makes it more dangerous.
Why?
The fumes are way more explosive than the actual raw fuel.
Well, I mean,
the best
just
case
like
scenario is to have a full tank.
Really?
So, yeah.
Well, I'm glad you're all right, man. Did you get to watch any of the Super Bowl?
No.
Well, it wasn't good anyway. It wasn't close.
No. I pretty much spent 22, 23 hours at the shop this weekend.
Man, that's a lot. I do take solace in the fact that it has been like double what you thought it would cost, but it's also been double how long you thought shit would take. So, you know, it's kind of a balanced butt fuck.
I added up my hours today to see how many I've got in it so far, like right now.
Right.
I have 41 hours. And we haven't even
done
put
anything.
the engine and keys in the car yet.
Right. We haven't even put an engine or a transmission.
With the house in the background?
Yeah, right. Here's your shot. That is the perfect shot.
Wait, hold up. How do you get a loaner time machine?
You know Evan Dahm.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I actually gave him a gig. I said, hey, I got a gig. You want the gig? He's like, I don't want to do it. Well, I mean, it's $400. Can we, he's like, you know what? Take my car.
Wow.
Okay, so I take his car, do the gig. As I'm driving back, he's like, can I ask a favor? And I went, oh, here we go. Is there any way you can house it? Yeah, I'll let you use it for gigs, but can you keep it for a couple months? And I'm like, yeah, I can do that.
It worked out.
It worked out perfectly. So there's no time crunch on Kenny, and then I fly back to Ohio to help him knock it out even faster.
The street manners of this clutch will be pretty good though with that heavy foot. It's not gonna suck to drive. How heavy was it when you picked it up? 40. Done. That's it.
Okay. No, I got it.
Oh, God. I'm in. It's touching the alternator. Dude,
Top of it.
It fits. Even the water pump. That's fucking close, dude. Now wait, what comes off that water pump?
So you got the 90 that...
Yeah, this one right here is fine. But this one, I'm gonna have to weld a 90.
But it's gonna work.
On it. Yep.
Yeah, I'm not gonna miss you. I'm not gonna miss you at all. You know, I might miss just a tiny bit. I might miss in no, actually no, I won't. There's the end of that. Jesus Christ, that's
Why does it say brickable in red? All right, we're sure that the battery's good.
It's got 13 volts.
All right, here we go.
Brickable doesn't sound good.
Well, it means if the battery died in the middle of this,
Right.
it could be a problem.
Yeah.
All right, motor's right. You said you've already tested the sync on it and it worked.
Yeah, it synced over. I was cranking it with a ratchet.
Pop up.
The coil started going off. I was like, sweet.
Good. T-5.
The moment.
Then the big red X comes across.
Right. Bricked.
No, we're good. Battery's been charged. It still says Savannah. That's awesome, but all right, looks good. Right completed.
Yeah. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
God, it's like I never started a fucking nut before.
You need a beer, dude. You're tired. Oh, fuck, man. Right?
Why is that car so loud, dude?
It's like the loudest car you've ever heard.
Is that legal? Cut.
So you started the car.
Yeah.
Were you happy? Was there anything that didn't seem right, or?
No, everything was good, dude. No leaks. Coolant was good. It got up to like 214 degrees, and then the fans kicked on, and it went down to like 180 within like 30 seconds. Ideally, by the end of the day, I'll be able to drive down the road with brake lights. So.
Wow.
After driving into lunch today with no problems, came back, went out to go start it up again. Starts running like shit immediately as soon as I started it. And after tearing it apart, it's got a broken rocker arm. So
the ends of it, the little part that like snapped off, it grabbed the valve spring retainer and pushed it down, at which point the keepers came out, and then the whole assembly came undone and the valve dropped down, the piston hit it, and it bent the shit out of it and jammed it into the valve guide.
Okay, everything you said sounds fucking awful. But I don't actually know what the fuck that means.
All right. So
first of all, wait, rewind real quick. We are booked in the St. Patty's Day Parade in Columbus, Ohio, but then we have $3,000 worth of fucking gigs throughout the time that I fly back with my family. And deposits have already been put down, and it's not even the money, to be perfectly honest. These restaurants and these bars have advertised this. They have people coming to this. This has been on the radio. This is not, it's more about our reputation more than anything. That's what my, there's the swig. There's the, and then of course, Mayor Goldie Wilson is flying out 2 weeks from Saturday to do the quarter-mile race to get the record. So who fucked up here? What am I missing here? There's no way this should have happened.
So we bought heads, and the heads came with the valves, the guides, the springs, retainers, all that.
By the way, we bought really high performance heads that were an extra $3,000, so it'd be awesome. Just throwing that out there. That was the extra 100 horsepower. Okay, go ahead.
And they don't come with rocker arms, but that company told me that the factory rocker arms would be okay.
Okay.
So either one, head company product failed, or more likely, most likely, company B sold us rocker arms that are not what they say they were, and
so we're not just replacing the one or the two. We got to replace everything. 8.
Yeah. 16. There's 2 per cylinder.
Of course there fucking is.
It should only take me 5 or 6 hours to get the motor apart and get the head over to the machine shop for repair. What's going to suck is waiting for the machine shop. I mean, the guy, Mike Rush over at M&M Head, he's the best there is when it comes to cylinder heads. He's a really good friend of mine. Helps me out all the time. So I know that he'll drop stuff to help me and get it done as fast as he can, but that still could be a 2 to 5 day turnaround.
Those motherfucking cocksuckers, what the fuck?
We paid for overnight shipping. They sent it to their shipping department, and they shipped it ground. He went and got their shipping supervisor on the line, and, you know, everybody got in a bunch of trouble and blah, 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 but there's nothing we can do about it. I just got on the phone with Mike. I told him what was going on. I said, as soon as I have the parts, I'll be there, and he said, I'll have it done in 1 day.
Oh, really?
So, yeah.
Thank God for Mike. Dude, this is a goddamn roller coaster of emotions, man. This sucks.
Tell me.
Fucking Jesus. God damn it. How do you fuck up the shipping? Jesus Christ.
Sure, it doesn't look like it killed it because I would assume that as thin as it is right there.
The valve was tricky getting out.
Was it? Okay.
But it was also bent.
Let's make it happen. Pattern is perfect.
Sounds
I
good.
finished something.
Hey.
It's every day you complete something.
Damn good job, Mikey. In and out.
Maybe I'll take half a day off Friday and come to the parade. I'll have an excuse.
I don't know. That's not right. That doesn't work. I put some in it before I came down here. But
So we really don't know if we're gonna run out of gas.
no, I really have no idea. I just been putting like $10 in it every time I stop somewhere.
And it does pull left, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's cool, but with it pulling to the left like that, that scares the shit out of me.
I launched the fuck out of it.
Yeah?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, dude.
I gave it a hard 1, 2, 3. I just went in the middle of a 4-lane road that was empty and I just fucking let it eat because I needed to see how it was gonna shift.
And how was it?
Fucking awesome.
3,100 gigawatts!
You fucking do it, dude.
Stop, 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 stop. Come on, we skid it out, you motherfucker.
See the white stuff floating down?
Yeah.
That's snow.
Hey, have mercy.
Oh. You okay? It's snowing.
Is it Christmas?
No. No.
Holy cow.
What do you
I
think?
said holy cow.
Yeah, you did.
It's not gonna shoot up flames because Randy up there, is it? It's all your fault, Randy!
Sorry. I know. It's just me.
I saved a trip to Columbus.
Yes, you did. Remember when I said I'll pick you up? You're like, no, I'm good.
Yeah, I would have had a car. I would have had a rental car because I would have been like, Columbus.
He calls. He's like, I saw Get Out. You ain't picking me up. I'm like, Don, like you hear Ohio, you think it's backwoods. Columbus is a huge city.
It probably is, but I'm gonna have my car keys.
Yeah, you are. I'm gonna get out.
I got a dent! You did, dude! Right there!
Well, you know what? You're bleeding that with you.
You're literally bleeding! I am?
Yes.
Yeah, a little.
So the fuel economy's not as good, huh?
What's that?
The fuel economy's not as good, huh?
The thing is when you fill it up, there's a hole somewhere at the top, right? So if you fill it up all the way, gas just gushes the fuck out. So now it's Daisy. I turned and Meg noticed it was coming out. I'm like, oh shit, I must have filled up.
Okay.
Only put 15 bucks in. I mean, again, how do you... There's no fucking working gas gauge, so I don't know. So this could totally be what it is. But then if I go to a gas station now, how long do I hold the fucking thing? Do I just let it pour out all over and go, okay, that's enough?
Well, at least put like 7 gallons in. This is only
Well, if I know it's bone dry, I know how big the gas thing is, then we're good. All right, jump on in.
So the race is canceled, but you still got the dyno read.
Oh yeah, this is when the movie starts. This is why you're here, sir.
Lagervulen.
Because this was the part of the story I had a difficult time with. You want some?
No. I'm good. I've got my diet ginger ale here.
Okay, it's just good though.
It is.
Yeah. So we, so I paid all that money for the extra horsepower, right? And this is when we find out if that works.
So that's what the dyno thing is going to tell you about all those.
Yeah, a
numbers.
dyno read is simply you put the car on rollers.
Yeah.
And it can tell how much horsepower your car is generating.
Baseline pool, I just made 410 horsepower. That's what it made when we were driving it around.
Okay.
So he's gonna work on it and see what it does.
I say we let her cool down a little bit and see what happens. I mean, I don't really see any problem. Like, nothing looks so bad.
Right.
I mean, it's just clean. Like, nothing's wrong. Like, and the air feels like
pretty much dead on.
I mean, it gets a little bit richer when it dips a little bit, but that's kind of right. So.
Ow, it's getting serious.
Is it hot?
Yeah, it's fucking hot.
Probably a ground. It better not be a ground. I put all those on.
Well, these people at this church are not going to be happy. Oh well. Ready?
Yep.
Have decided we are doing the race in California.
Right.
Because I mean, looking into planes and times and dates and so forth, at the end of the day, I just can't keep spending money and having rain become a factor.
Yeah, it sucks.
And that just doesn't happen here. I mean, it could happen 1 out of 10 times, which means it will probably happen for us, but I'm going to take the initiative and just say, no, let's do it out here. I looked around and there's a track about 50 miles from here, and they do a bunch of street legal races is what they call it. It's hosted by AAA. It's their way of trying to get all these drag racers to not fucking do it on the streets. So they're like, hey, here's a day where you can do it. Please stop using our roads. May 7th is the day I'm looking at. Depending on what you're about to tell me, where are you with the car right now?
We went out, what was it, Tuesday night to test it. And I was in second gear, getting ready to get on it and pull the gear out. And somebody was coming, so I slowed down, just hanging out in second gear. And then after they went past, I stepped on it, and boom, like a twig, the control arm bolt snapped clean off. And the back tires pointed towards the outside of the vehicle and shot me all over the road. It was mortifying. I thought the engine fell out. Like, I don't know. Like, it was the scariest thing. That's like, I hit the gas and it felt like the car just sat on the ground and didn't move.
Well, you left all this out of, by the way, I need a couple parts, Adam.
Right.
Holy shit, Kenny.
So it turns out that 35-year-old rusty bolts and those bushings, you know, the bolt goes through the bushing. The
Yeah.
bushing was dry rotted, old, and because it was slamming back and forth every time we would accelerate or decelerate, it was wearing a groove into that bolt. And then that one time of me letting off and stabbing the gas, it broke.
Dude, I mean, we are now taxing this car the way it's never been taxed. In another 100 miles, there's going to be something else. What is left here that could...
There's not, that's it. We're doing the rear ones right now because those failed. The front ones don't take the load that the rear do.
But,
you know, from the extra power. That doesn't make any difference on the front.
I just want my car home because this is a business.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think he appreciates the fact that he's got my food truck and my mortgage and he's testing it.
He's got a nice little hot rod in his hand.
Whether or not he fixes the power dip, I just want it home. I just want to get this over with. But he actually fixes the power dip.
Ready?
Yep.
Fucking beautiful. That's exactly what we wanted.
Everybody wants to know what the hell was the problem.
The coil packs on the passenger side, they're supposed to ground through the valve cover. It doesn't ground the way it should, so I just added grounds from the coil packs to the ground point on the back of the head, and it fixed it.
So you're excited about racing it. You think that we're going to beat the record. There's no problem.
Yeah, mechanically the car is sound. Everything's good. Suspension's good. I'm not worried about bolts breaking off underneath it anymore. So
I cannot tell you how important the video is of the dyno pull now. Like,
yeah,
I know we've gone through this, but you got to be standing behind the car, just like I was with it. You see the beginning of the pull, and then as he's going, you walk up and you walk right to that video. You can talk to him or whatever, but people need to see that screen pop on, and it's got to
Right.
I really, really need that to pop into the fives. So
right.
I think it will now.
Oh, I know.
And this is where I can no longer talk, and you can no longer talk, because everything that happens from here on out in this little section is through text.
Well, that's modern.
That's just what happened.
That's millennial.
The reason I'm doing this is because it's almost impossible to believe what happened here. So all I can do is give you the exact information I got and gave back and forth, and you read everything exactly like I did. doing?
Let's make you a file here, Delorean, new folder. What year you want me to put it under?
It's a 1981 DeLorean. Yep. There's that dip right at 5400. Well, you don't need to do it again, by the way.
Okay.
I know I paid for 3, but I see what's wrong. There's no reason to run it. It still has the power dip issue. It's the exact same issue.
See, look what it says, it's not a clean pull. It's like hitting me in a wall, on
Right.
down.
He did. Right. All right, lot to work with. Lot to work with. Hey there. Everything was a lie. The power dip isn't fixed. It's gotten worse. The power's getting worse. There's a leak under the car, and it's still stalling the way it did when we were in Columbus. So I was just letting you know.
All right, man. Lockable in there. Lockable.
I'm telling you what, brother. I'm telling you what, man.
Wow. That's a
dude.
lot.
I called you right after that, actually. And now I'm pretty fucked on how to move forward on this whole thing. I can't make him look good now. I don't know what to do. Like, I either drop the entire project to save him, or I tell the truth and it destroys his fucking reputation forever. And I don't have a fucking reliable car. There's something wrong with the starter. Like when I turn the key, it doesn't fucking start all the time. Half the time it does, half the time it doesn't. I have no idea why. It's a new starter. I'm assuming it's something electrical, but I don't even know where to start.
Oh my god, dude.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And I still have to worry about saving his reputation.
Oh my god.
Yeah, talk about a rock and a hard place, man. And he's unresponsive. He won't talk to me. I texted him all this shit, and I'm like, Kenny, you gotta call, man. I'm doing my best to deal with this, but I could lose my business here. This is a different. We're in a different category now. I'm sitting here trying to save his reputation. I can't show any of the videos of these dyno tunes. I can't show anything. I gotta stop the site. I can't explain why the race isn't gonna happen now. He's not coming out. He decided he's not coming out. He needs to come out. He needs to help me fix this stuff. I've already paid for his tickets. He's the one who sent the video that I put on Facebook that 7,000 people fucking saw of him saying everything's perfect, it's beautiful. All of that was a lie. He knew he couldn't fix it on time, which is why he never did a dyno, and then he faked one, thinking that would work. I would at least come to him and say, it's probably in your best interest to try to rectify this and run that race, so at least I have an ending. Nobody ever has to know about the dyno. We can just say we never fixed it and we never got better than 448. That's fine. Nobody has to know about any of the other things. That's fine. But if somebody else is racing it, there's no fucking tachometer. They don't know the RPMs.
When are they going to shift the fucking car? How could I ask a race car driver to do that? They live by the RPMs. No one's going to agree to do that. What, now I got to do it? I got to put myself in danger? I mean, this is so ludicrous, Dad. And yes, it's leaking bad. And it's not just the axle grease. It's leaking from the transmission.
The transmission's leaking.
Yes. A pretty heavy pool is leaking. The ticket's already paid. He already had the time off. It's not a lot of days, but at least it's 3 days. We did a lot in 3 days, Dad. If he's willing to work with me, I will fucking forget everything and we will move forward. And then we'll run the race and whatever we get, we get.
That's it.
3 days before the race, you had no driver.
I thought it was done. I thought it was done, man.
3 days.
I can't believe, I even saying this, I can't believe this is what actually happened. I go on Facebook, I'm like, anybody ever run a quarter-mile race? And one guy says, yeah, I did it all the time back in the day. And it was Ray.
Who the hell are you? I really don't know you. You basically answered my Facebook post, but you live in Tucson.
Tucson, yeah.
It looks like you might live in the Outback, or...
I live outside of town.
So you have raced before. This is the questions I gotta ask you.
I mean, I have a background as a mechanic. That was my career up until 2012 when a back injury took me out of it. And I used to be the guy that would be going racing every single week.
Wow.
You know, and that was my thing that I did. And then as it does, life happened and the thing sat on a trailer for a while. I still have it. I have intent to get back into it.
We had a problem with the car with a mysterious power dip at about 5,400 RPM. He said he fixed it, and then when he went to dyno it, instead of dynoing it, he sent me a fake video. And that's been the stopping point of this entire project. There's a very good possibility the reason he's not flying out is because he doesn't think now that it will do it. I don't know. So it's gonna be an exciting weekend, man.
Yes, it is.
Oh, this is fucking cool, man. I've never driven a Delorean in my life.
Well, they all feel exactly like this, so...
Yeah. My standards for DeLoreans are going to be unreasonably high.
Right.
Yes, that's what we want, man.
There you go.
It's 7 o'clock Sunday morning. We're headed to the racetrack to
have a time trial for the world's fastest DeLorean. We'll be doing stuff all day. Here's the world's fastest DeLorean right there. This is Adam. Listen to this car. Listen to it. Yeah, it's going to be a blast. The world's fastest DeLorean. We'll tune in from the racetrack. See you.
We're open right now. They're out there drying the track and getting it all ready to go right now. And if they have to sweep every 10 passes by cars, they'll be out there with a sweeper and the heat and everything else. So
we're gonna get you guys down the track.
That was my fault.
Yeah, right. All of this.
That was my fault.
We're gonna be racing.
Right.
Very excited. Very excited, dude. Very excited.
Adding drama to the tension.
I can't go in and help him. Anybody got a banana peeling?
Oh,
yeah,
Jesus.
Your flux capacitor is all. Tim.
You want me to hit it? I'll hit it.
So many things went through my mind at that point. I didn't know how to respond. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, the car has stopped. He went, everybody else was going, blah, blah, and he pulled up,
and all those guys making fun of us? Oh, where's banana peel? Maybe your flux capacitor isn't working.
I'll hit it.
Bitch.
Give me the tool. Thank the motherfucking. Was that just for the goddamn movie?
Chunked up right there. A little bit.
Were you okay with the takeoff?
Yeah, actually that launch seemed pretty good.
Okay.
I would have been really, really surprised if we did awesome the first run.
Okay.
I'm stoked we're in a low 13 the first
13.28,
shot out.
right.
A run that much went wrong with.
Yeah, it was
13.
the fact that it stalled and then it wouldn't start.
Yeah.
From this point on, give me that tool.
Okay.
So I can go up and bang on the fucking starter if that happens again. Not as nervous this time because I don't think it's gonna happen.
Here we go again.
Run it better? That's my concern. I think
it's got more in it.
Really? Jesus, this is so fucking nerve-wracking.
I'm sorry.
You got it into the 12s though?
Yeah.
We only need
12.95, right?
0.3 of a second and we have the record. If we're gonna take a break, let's get you guys on.
All right. Okay, so I'm getting ready to make my run in the Maserati. We're gonna see if I can go faster than the DeLorean.
At least I'd be done. That's all I care about.
Waiting to drag race the rental car.
If you look at this beautiful Maserati over here, it got beat by a rental car. It almost got beat by a Camry.
A stock Camry?
A stock Camry. Fastest DeLorean in the world.
Second fastest DeLorean in the world.com.
You're right, we gotta shut it down.
Yeah, done.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man.
No, we get it tuned. We figure that out. We find a guy who can do this. We get that power dip problem solved. We get a fucking reading tachometer, so you can know when to fucking shift.
Yeah.
We fix the stalling issue. We fix the starter issue. Motherfucker. And then we try again in June.
I think it's got more, but it's got too many functions.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even know that I can.
It's
such a bitch to stage this thing.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's a horror. So something cut the serpentine belt in half.
Goldie figured it out.
Goldie figured out what
Goldie, tell me what was wrong with the time machine. Show me.
Well, you know, because it's a special design, apparently when the back piece was put on here, it began to notch out a little hole right there.
Look at that little hole.
And caused what? The belt to tear.
And it was doing that the entire fucking race.
You know what? Can I say something?
Yeah.
God bless the land down under.
Awesome.
Thanks for taking me back
That is
to
awesome.
the future.
Are we recording? Yes, because that's the only way I can get a picture taken.
I see the number.
Yes.
A day at the racetrack.
I gotta say, as we hold up the signed bottle from our good man Mikey, you guys made that day.
Mustang Mikey.
Beat your ass.
Hey, watch your mouth.
All I wanted was for it to be over. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to race my car. I just want it done so I can hide how bad it's been. But now I can't hide it. But you guys made that so We got burritos. We hung out at GolfCom Bar. That was very fun. Like I don't have a lot of male friends that I hang out with, but I needed some male friends that day.
No, that was cool, man. We kicked it at the drag. We kicked it at the quarter mile, dude.
Yeah. The problem now becomes, this was supposed to be, and what I wanted this movie to be, it was supposed to be about my brother. Hey, my brother's gonna build this car. He's gonna race it. And it's all falling apart. And now what's the story? The story is me trying to fix the car so it can get this record, and I don't want it to be that story, but I don't have a choice. It's either that or I give up.
Why are you trying to protect a portion of the story? Why don't you just tell the story?
It's my brother, dude. Like I mean,
then why tell the story?
I hear you.
If you're gonna keep important stuff out, why tell the story? I mean, it's the story.
Right. That's why I wasn't gonna do the movie. That's why I was ending it. That's what I was struggling with. After this first race, I'm like, you know what? I either tell, it becomes like a Dateline NBC expose on being a bad mechanic, putting the wrong fucking things in. I don't want to spend my time. He's got my last name. He's my brother. I don't want to do that. My poor father, dude. My father. A little insight into all of this. You know, Kenny and I are 15 years apart.
Right.
All right. So we were never close. It was always odd that my dad had a kid when I was. I mean, Kenny could be my kid, and my dad had always hoped we'd be closer, but we weren't because we didn't have anything in common, right? So this is the first thing. My dad would call me. He's like, man, I'm so happy seeing you guys work together. It warms my heart. I'm like, oh, I love my dad. Like, this is it. What I end up doing is I buy some tuning software and we start tuning this car.
Wow.
No wow. You're fucking in the car at this point.
Oh, that's when I had the laptop?
Yeah.
Oh, no. I didn't, man. You got to understand. That's too much for me.
Oh, you didn't know that was tuning?
I'm from the carburetor days. You tighten the carburetor, you open it up a little bit, a little more air, a little more fluid.
That's all you got.
That's it.
Yeah, right. There's no computers in it.
The gas pedal's like tight. It's stuck.
Why is it so tight?
I don't know. Something happened. It just suddenly got tight, and then it's like you got to work it out. So it's like going. There's no.
These pipes are insane.
Yeah. All right. How am I looking? Okay. So far everything's looking good on there.
I have no idea what I'm looking at.
You'll see it turn red. Yeah. There's something stuck.
Where do you max out on your RPMs?
Rev limiter's at 7. Thank you. There it goes. There, the gas pedal's good now. Now we don't have to do that anymore. Sorry.
To work out to keep.
Yeah, there's something fucking.
This fucker's fast.
Yeah, I know it's fast, dude. Oh, I hit the rev limiter. It actually got to 60. I could feel it. When it hits the rev limiter, it goes bop, bop, bop.
It's an electronic rev limiter?
Well, yeah, you tell it in the computer what you want to do. I could change it right now, but you don't want it to.
Pull out here.
Yeah.
I'm gonna lean it out some and see if this helps us.
Where the hell were you? Monaco?
I was in the south of France. DeLorean be damned.
Yeah. Raised in the woods camping, fucking hippie, and so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna do it. I fixed the RPM. I got the power back up a little bit. He leaned it out. I bet I can do it. You know what I'm very happy about? I'm in the menu. Yeah. Not only do I have a story, they put me in the menu. Don can't make it today, man. He is in Monaco.
Oh, really? Lucky him.
Well, Adam Contras, I'm sorry I can't be there for the Delorean time trial. I wish the time machine the best. And you know, I'm in Monaco, so, sorry. I'd love to be there. However, when you do break that speed thing test, fastest in the world DeLorean, then you can come to Monaco and you can do the famous F1 hairpin curve. Good luck, brother. Peace.
Legs are twitching. Oh, this fucking thing off me.
Those eyes, though.
You never raced the DeLorean. It's a different. People keep thinking it was because of speed. No, if a car is supposed to go that fast, it's fun.
Right.
Right? That car's not supposed to go that fast. I'm waiting for the control arm to break. I got 2 little babies at home.
So what you thinking? You're gonna bounce off the sides and
this
flip
is my
over
mortgage
and crash and burn?
What makes racing this so scary is that I've got $15,000, $20,000 worth of gigs coming. This is how I make my living. I don't want to do this.
Thank you. The trip light higher now. Right. Now it's at like 67. So I gotta hit it perfect now. Yeah. I was shifting around 61. But shit, I felt like I shifted everywhere I wanted to. Didn't slip.
I'm gonna get it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get this.
12.82. Couldn't be easy. There's no way this was gonna be easy. Not after the run you've had. Come on. I know.
felt, I mean, how do you feel the difference between 0.2 seconds and it felt great? I thought, I was like, you know what? That was good. We're 0.16 away. That's an eighth of a second. At this point, I mean, I'm drinking. No, I mean, let's be honest, dude. This fucked me up. I mean, this wasn't. I end up going to the doctor. I have hypertension, which in my life I've never had high blood pressure ever. I'm not that guy.
That's sweat equity.
And I'm drinking. I know you're a professional.
You're drinking good stuff, so at least that's a positive.
Well, but it's funny because when you have hypertension, they say, well, how many drinks do you have? And it's like 1 or 2 drinks tonight. Yeah, 1 or 2 drinks. And then I looked up what that means. Do you realize a drink is one?
Like nothing.
It's an ounce and a half.
It's like nothing.
Well, fuck.
You've been having 32 ounces.
I was like, shit, I'm having 9 drinks, and I didn't know that because you grow a tolerance. So, like, here's how I measure it. I put all the ice cubes in a glass that are in a tray. I fill it up to the end of the ice cubes, and I top it off with some Diet Coke. What's that? Things weren't good. I mean, I was in a depression because I'm stuck with this lemon, basically. I'm Googling trying to fix stuff, and I Google this one fact. It says 100 pounds equals a tenth of a second off your quarter-mile time. Mm-hmm. And I went, oh, really?
I didn't know it was this heavy. I thought everything was fake. Oh, Jesus. Are you shooting this?
Are you?
Can we get this in one take?
All right, let it go, let it go, let it go.
85.6.
Man, that's not as much as I thought it would be. I felt like
this is only 85. This feels like it weighs about 400 pounds.
85.6. So I stopped eating.
Hysterical.
I lost 20 pounds in a month.
You were serious about that.
$10.2 pounds.
For the body fat percentage?
Yeah. Boom.
We needed 160, right?
We needed 160 if it's exactly right. So if I run it exactly the same, I should get a 12.62.
What do we need to beat?
12.66.
We need to beat that. So we need 12.65.
We need 12.65.
Okay.
Who's on the pole?
Your girlfriend. What the fuck are you asking me?
No motherfucker. No. No constituent.
He's shooting the pole position.
All right.
This dude's up there on the, you got the overhead shot, and he's gonna be behind you.
All right.
And then he's gonna be in front of you.
All right.
You might need your glasses off on that part.
That's gonna kill the cool, man.
Yeah.
So here we are again, trying to make this fastest DeLorean in the world. Out here at the AAA Speedway in beautiful Fontana. Here we go.
She's not there.
Okay, I literally don't know what happened. I don't know if you made it or not.
What did I get?
I saw 12 point something, but there was a pole in my way. Now I don't even know where they are.
What did I get?
12.29.
No! Are you fucking shitting me?
12.29.
The time slip lady wasn't there.
Dude, 12.29. You freaking did it.
Are you fucking with me? No!
One guy said 12.29, which would be incredible, but I don't think that was it.
You changed your ticket place.
Very good.
Okay.
Sorry, honey.
Dude, my car will not stay started. Well, it doesn't matter. We're fucking going home, motherfucker. Holy shit. Holy shit. Ah! Ah!
Here it comes now.
It was 12.29. Yes, it was 12.29. Yeah, all right. It was. Yeah.
The hell with my eyesight. It was 12.29. You were right. Hey. Hey. Oh, that thing jumped up in the front, dude. Look it over. Wow. Damn it. Wow.
Yes. Done. Done. Never
Wow.
do it again as long as I live.
Wow.
Ah!
That was great anticipation. We were all down here trying to figure it out.
Oh, you couldn't read it?
No, there was something right in front of the last number I couldn't see. So I had 12.8 and I'm like, oh. And then it was a discrepancy and someone said, I think it was 12.29. All we saw, dude, we saw the front end jump up. We thought you pulled back a little bit. You stayed on it?
Kept going. It kept going. It scared me.
Dude, it came up off the ground like that, man.
I shifted a little early, I'll be honest. Well, we took all the way down the front. Remember, I had a battery in there.
You hit a wheelie, dude.
Okay, so hold up. Hold up. You know, I don't want to be a skeptic.
You were there.
You took 100 pounds off, right? And then you got a half a second time differential in there.
Yeah. You know, it's fun. Yeah, it doesn't.
How does that work?
It's funny. As I was driving home, I was like, man, was there something? Were the lights off? Did something happen? Like, was the computer off? Like, they could have made a mistake. So what I did was, I loaded the footage of the last best run, and I put them up next to each other to see exactly what happened.
Incredibly, my GoPro positioning was spot on, and if you look at where my side window crosses through the Lucas Oil sign, you can see I'm certainly in the same place. Also of note, your quarter-mile time doesn't start when the light goes green. It starts when you move and trip the sensor. So to do this correctly, I had to line up each video to movement. And finally, these two races were the only time I dropped the clutch while revving the engine to 3,000 RPM at the launch. How the car initially handled that each time is where the mystery is solved. Watching both launches in slow motion, you can clearly see the first time I skidded like crazy. But I ended up getting to the 60-foot mark faster than the record-setting run. So was the skidding even a disadvantage? Not yet, but it's gonna be. The problem is when you're skidding, your RPMs are racing up at an artificially high rate since the wheels aren't touching the road half the time. So when it's time to shift into second and you finally stop skidding, the car reacts like it just went from ice to pavement. And if you look closely, you'll see the car lurch up during that shift because it's such a jolt now that the wheels are locked in. It's almost like another launch. On the record-setting run, however, simply removing the effects battery caused the car's front end to lift, adding force to my back tires, which kept them from spinning. And even though I was slower to the 60-foot mark, when I shifted into second, my wheels actually were moving on the ground at the correct RPM. So the transition was smooth, and I ended up only spending 2.6 seconds in that gear, compared to 3.4 seconds in the previous run. And I pull ahead. Thanks to the advertising on the wall, you can actually see what 44 hundredths of a second looks like. By the time I get to the halfway mark, I've already cut off enough time to break the record at 12.61. 7 miles per hour faster, and I'm able to shift into fourth over 2 seconds earlier than my previous best. That is a lifetime. That's half the track, and that's the record. Here it is in real time.
So knowing what you know now, would you do it again?
You want to do what again?
Would you go through this whole DeLorean process again?
Shit.
Through your learning expertise of dealing with every single aspect of what could possibly go wrong and then it going wrong, would you do it again?
I don't know if I can answer that because I would rather not have told this story about my brother. If I didn't have some financial stake in finishing the documentary, right? What's the point of telling a story about your brother that makes him look bad? Let me say this at least. He did build the fastest DeLorean in the world. Now I had to jump in and fix a couple things and so forth, but at the end of the day, he took that apart, he built that engine, he put that in there, and he did it. But now we have this big gray mess that is this movie, and I don't get it. There's no real reward for having the fastest DeLorean. I don't know if I'd do it over again, man. I'm still heartbroken about. I keep thinking about this from my father's perspective. I can't get away from it.
I keep trying to talk about this whole process of making the world's fastest DeLorean, or as the T-shirt said, the fastest DeLorean in the world.
Hey, you got it right.
And it, thank you. And it always comes back around to the familial aspect. Perhaps this is the astringent of healing.
Would you be happy? I mean, it's the truth, but it doesn't matter. I mean, it's funny, during this entire thing, I kept saying, dude, you're making it impossible for me to shield you. Listen, had he come out, if it hadn't have been Ray, if he had come out and it didn't work, I could have shielded all this. He could have talked about what was wrong, I could have done some stuff, but because he didn't come out, and I had to hire somebody, there's no way to hide there's shit wrong. So I kept saying, dude, this is important. You need to understand that. And he couldn't see how this story was going to look at the end. And I knew the whole time, I'm like, dude, this is not a good story. This is not you.
It's a good story.
It's a good story.
It has its ups and downs, if you will.
Dude, I mean, again, you had all that shit with your engine in your boat, right? Remember? Yeah. Now, if that was a movie, but the guy building your boat was Chance, you'd be like, ooh, that's not a good movie. You wouldn't want to do that to your kid.
Yeah.
It's your kid. It's your brother.
I had an engine rebuilt in a boat in case, he put that out there.
I don't.
Thank you, Adam. No, dude, my thing is, when it comes to situations with family, take a drink, shut up.
Sometimes you gotta just jump to know that you're alive, to see if you'll survive without looking down. Doesn't mean that you'll fly. You'll probably hit some walls. You're bound to trip and fall. You may even hit the ground. But nothing beats getting up and taking every blow, vanquishing your foes and winning every round. Sometimes you gotta just jump to know that you're alive, to see if you'll survive without looking down.
That's the end, ladies and gentlemen. That is the end.
I could be when the dream hadn't started, sure as I could be from the day I departed. Then she moves away and you're totally alone. Probably should have fallen, I kept on trying. Would have sold my soul, but nobody was buying. Gave it up to join the clowns, and they said no.
It's moments like this I enjoy being an only child.